Hey, what's up you guys? It's Tyler. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today we are talking about my neurologist appointment, which my plan today, well not today, my plan actually was in like 2 weeks or so after I have my rheumatologist appointment, which is for next week. I was going to tell you about my rheumatologist and my neurologist appointment in one, but guess what? About 5 minutes ago, they sent me an email saying that my rheumatologist appointment was canceled, so I set the earliest appointment. I think that was back in March, and it was made for the end of May. So all I can say is that rheumatologist appointment is not happening anytime soon, so we are going to talk about my neurologist appointment now. Okay, hi, sorry, I'm back. This is about an hour or two after I even filmed the video, but I'm gonna put this in because I just got some more information. So the rheumatologist office just called me and left me a voicemail and said the doctor, well, first of all, the lady was like, for some reason you got scheduled for an appointment on this day at this time for this doctor. Like, she was like mad at me or something, and like, what? And then she continues to go on and says, so it looks like you've seen a rheumatologist in the past before, and the doctor's name is not seeing any transfers, so we will not be caring for you at this center, basically. So I am not seeing a rheumatologist at all. I have to find a new one if I can. That's it. That's my update. Just a little backstory. I'm not going to get too into depth in this because I could literally talk about it for hours if I really wanted to, but I am seeing a neurologist because I have headaches. That's why I was referred to a neurologist by my primary care provider. But I also have heart issues, I have chronic fatigue. Chronic pain is kind of the main issue with me, to be honest, because I'm always in some sort of pain. So I'm hoping a neurologist will kind of help guide me, because my last rheumatologist did literally nothing besides order blood tests, and my primary care provider has not done anything either besides refer me to people, because the healthcare system is just wild. It really is. I've been referred to an endocrinologist and another rheumatologist and a gastroenterologist, but so far nothing has really been solved, if that makes sense. Like, I've been put on a lot of medications, but I'm still dealing with constant problems that will just literally never go away. So, you know, maybe something's wrong with my brain. That's what I'm thinking, because I have a lot of pressure in my head all of the time. I have headaches a lot. I used to get ocular migraines, or like migraines with aura, whatever. So I'm thinking maybe something's wrong with my head, and maybe a neurologist can figure it out, and maybe that's what's causing so many of the issues like that I have, like fatigue and chronic pain, all of that. Maybe it's something with my brain. I don't know. Maybe they can help me. I don't know. Anyways, that was, my hope going to the neurologist, and as you can probably tell from what I've been saying, nothing has been found out. It was the first appointment, so we're just starting this journey, and I don't know what's happening after. Let's start with the actual neurologist appointment. So this is my first time doing any neurologist appointment, so I didn't know really what to expect or what to prepare for. I was thinking maybe we'll do some testing while I'm there. No, we didn't really do much that would diagnose anything, which honestly kind of makes sense, I guess. But he really just asked me about my history and my balance and my problems and whatever. I had a whole list of things that I wanted to talk about. I like printed out I think it was a 3-page list on top of like all the history and paperwork that you fill out for like a normal doctor's appointment, where you say all of this stuff. I printed out 3 sheets of paper on medical history and things that I think is wrong with me and my family, medical history, all of that, because I just need to be prepared, because so many doctors just like literally don't care at all. They just don't care. So here I am prepared, and I'm like, ooh, I'm ready. So I brought my boyfriend with me because I am very bad at doing things alone when it comes to doctors. The last time I went to a doctor alone, I was told I had a heart valve disease, and I did not ask any questions because I was scared. So no doctor's appointments alone for me anymore, unless it's a very simple appointment. But it actually was good that my boyfriend was with me, because he was asking questions about my insomnia, which I've been diagnosed with since I was 14. I've been on sleep medication since I was 14, and apparently that's not normal, which makes sense. That's not normal. It's probably a red flag, right? I don't know. But the doctor was asking me about my sleep, and thankfully my boyfriend was there, because I don't know how I sleep. Like, I'm asleep. I don't know. But apparently I move around in bed a lot, and I'm restless, and maybe that's why I'm always tired, is because I don't get good sleep. I don't know. But my doctor was very happy that my boyfriend knew that information. So there's something good that came out of that situation, me dragging my boyfriend along with me for everything. I also had some tests, not like actual tests, like this isn't a diagnosing thing. They can't do anything with this information. It was just like trying to get some baseline of my balance or whatever. I walked in a straight line and he tested my reflexes. Apparently my reflexes are hyperactive, but because I've never seen a neurologist before, none of this really matters because they don't know if this is something new. Because if this is something new, like if my reflexes are just all of a sudden hyper-reactive, like that would be a bad thing. But I've never seen a doctor for this before, so like it doesn't mean anything. And then for the balance thing, my balance is very bad, and again, I have no history of seeing a neurologist, so it's like I don't know if this is new. But from my extracurricular activities as a child, which I did ballet when I was a child, I should have good balance in theory because I did ballet. So you need good balance. So that's kind of a red flag to him, is that my balance is really bad, like pretty bad. Like I kind of swerve and it, you know, the alcohol test that they do, if they like pull you over, they make you walk in a straight line, heel to toe. I was struggling really bad with that. So that was not good, but besides that, there was nothing really to test for. And one thing that he did say is I'm not hypermobile, which like, what do you mean I'm not hypermobile? Like my joints literally been like backwards, and I'm literally diagnosed with being hypermobile by my other rheumatologist. He was like, no, you're really not hypermobile. I'm just like, oh, okay. At that point, I was like turned off in my brain, like, okay, this is going bad now. So I don't know. I don't know about this guy. Again, I've only seen him one time, but here are some good things about the appointment. Is I'm getting a referral to do a memory test, which he just said a memory test. So I was expecting like, I don't know, maybe some questions, a cognitive test, whatever. I was expecting like some questions for like 30 minutes or so, and maybe doing it in his office or whatever. No, I am going to a different like psychological evaluation center with another doctor lady. I don't remember what she's called, something psycho something, but I'm getting a psycho something evaluation. It's a neurological evaluation, but I still don't remember what doctor she is called. But it doesn't really matter that much, does it? No. And it's 5 hours. I don't know if I said that before. It's 5 hours long. 5 hours. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. It's not 4 hours. It's not 4.5 hours. I'm not lying to you. It's 5 hours. 5 hours. The first hour is just talking about history, like medical history of like family members and whatever. And for that first hour, I can have my boyfriend with me, which I don't know if I'm gonna do because, like, I don't know if the scheduling is gonna work out, and I'll probably talk about that later. But the first hour is history, just talking with the doctor, and then it's lunch break. So you have an hour of, like, nothing, you're not in the office, you can do whatever you want. And then after that hour, you're back for 4 hours of testing. 4 hours, I'm not exaggerating, it's not 3 hours, it's not 3.5, it is 4 hours of testing. 5 hours in total. First hour is history. The next 4 are testing. And for that, you can't have anybody there because I'm sure it would impact your brain abilities, whatever. And I just want to talk about this for a second. I have severe anxiety when it comes to test taking, especially when I'm face to face with the person. Only done a physical test like this one time. Now I've had interviews and that's for some reason in my head different to me. But when it comes to like mental cognitive ability testing, like somebody asking me a question to make sure I'm understanding the concept of something, I will start crying, and I don't know why. I get scared. I don't do well in those situations. When I was a freshman, well, actually it was my second year of high school because I dropped out, but I was a freshman again because, you know, I dropped out. I had a test. It was literally just a vocabulary test, like, what does this word mean? And I started crying in front of the whole class. And it's not even like there was an audience of people, like, watching me. Like, I was literally just talking to the teacher. Nobody else was involved, and I started crying. So they had to send me outside and make me take the test. It's not even like a real test. It's like a simple, you get asked like 10 questions or something thing. And I got sent out to talk to another teacher because I couldn't do it. So I have a history with not doing these sort of interactions very well. And I don't know what to expect. Like, I don't know if it'll be like a one-on-one type of questions, or if I'm like performing activities and then I'm judged on that. I don't know what to expect, but I am kind of expecting to have a panic attack, which in the grand scheme of things is probably things in the grand scheme of things is probably not horrible, because the goal of the test is to kind of determine your mental ability and like what the hell is wrong with you. So if I end up having a panic attack, like that will cause a red flag for the evaluation person. Again, I don't know her name, I don't know her degree, I don't know her title, I'm sorry, I don't remember, which is another thing. I don't remember anything. I literally don't remember anything. Everything that I do in the test, it is going to affect the results. And it's important. So if I have a panic attack, if I cry, it's embarrassing, obviously, for me, but it is helpful for the test and the results, I guess. So I'm trying to kind of make it positive. Like, hey, if I have a panic attack, that's okay. Like, it'll help me in the long run, because it's kind of trying to diagnose what's wrong with me. And I don't know, like, the doctor literally told me nothing. He said I was going to get like a memory test, and then all of this information that I found out is from me Googling it and asking my family, because they've done tests like this before. So the doctor hasn't told me anything. I don't know what diagnosis is, however you say that diagnosis is, whatever. I don't know what could be found out from the test. Like, I don't know how beneficial this test is. Like, is it worth me doing 5 hours of this when I know I'm going to be like exhausted and probably want to die? I don't know, but I'm doing it, and it's scheduled for July, which July, there's a lot going on. If you've been watching my videos, I'm moving and I'm going on vacation in July, and that's a lot. And then I have to do a freaking memory test. I don't want to do it, but it's scheduled. And then also, the second thing, this is really the only other good thing that came out of it, to be honest, is I'm getting an MRI of my brain. So it's not like a full body MRI. I don't know if it would be reasonable for me to get a full body MRI, but in my head, it doesn't make sense why I would get like only one part of my body checked on. Like, when I saw my gastroenterologist, I had a abdominal x-ray. Like, why not do the whole body? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. There's probably a very valid reason. Like, either radiation or the pictures don't come out as well if it's the whole thing. I don't know. But like, why are we not doing a full body MRI? Is that a thing? Like, do they do that? I literally don't know. I probably sound so stupid. If you know anything about it, I'm sorry. I don't know anything about it. So like, are all MRIs just the brain? I don't know. I'm getting an MRI because there could be something wrong with my ears, because my balance is off. I tend to like sway when I walk. Like, I kind of lean over to a side. It's usually to the right, but sometimes it can go either way. So there's something wrong with my balance, and I've been told, my cardiologist actually said it could be something with my ears. My heart issues could be because of my ears, like me feeling dizzy could be my ears, which, I mean, valid, I guess. So I'm getting an MRI. I haven't had that scheduled. They were supposed to call me within a week of seeing my neurologist, but I saw my neurologist a while ago. I think it was in April. It was like the last day of April or something. It was April 30th. So it's been a while since I saw my neurologist and since I had the referrals done, but they haven't called me, and I know I should call them, but also there's so much going on in the next month. I'm filming this in May. This is not going up in May. Pre-recording, of course. There's so much going on in June and July that I don't want to schedule an MRI right now because I'm scared, you know? Like, there's just so much going on, and let me rant about this for a second. I just spent $600 on medical issues for the month of May, and it's not even over. So, you know, I'm kind of struggling a little bit, just a little bit. So kind of like, maybe I'm gonna push the MRI until August, or maybe I'll call them in the beginning of July. I don't know, but that's really it. That's all I can really say about my neurologist. He seemed nice, but I am a little worried. Like, if the MRI comes back fine, like, then what do I do? I don't know. And then the memory test, I can almost guarantee, like, there's going to be results from that, because I just have extreme anxiety when it comes to test taking with a physical person. Like, I'm okay test taking by myself on a computer, on a phone, whatever. But if it's a person examining me, I will have a panic attack. I don't like people judging me. I don't like people seeing me. And I actually listened to a podcast by Katie Morton, I think, and I know she's controversial. I don't know, but I do like her podcast. And there's one podcast that I was listening to. This is totally random, but it was about not wanting to be seen, or maybe it wasn't her, it was this guy, maybe, I don't know, I'm getting mixed up. Again, memory issues. Do I remember anything? No, I don't remember anything. But again, like I was saying, I can almost guarantee that the memory test will come back with something is going to happen. Now with the MRI, I have no idea. It could come back perfectly normal, and then what? Then what do? I don't know. But the memory test, like, there's gonna be something. There has to be something. There is clearly something wrong with me. I say that funnily because it's like I'm 22. I'm almost 23 years old, and I've had issues for at least half of my life, and no doctor has ever taken the time to listen to me or figure out what's wrong with me, besides my cardiologist who quit. So I don't know. We're in this journey together, and I will keep updated with whatever happens. I will of course tell you about my memory test, because I think that will actually be maybe not entertaining but very informative, I guess. I will be telling you about that for sure, because there's gonna be something to say. There's gonna be something. And then, you know, maybe for the MRI, again, I don't have it scheduled, so I can't be like, oh, I'll tell you about it next month, like whatever. I don't have it scheduled, so I don't know. And then the rheumatologist, they canceled on me before I filmed this video, so I don't know when I'm getting that scheduled. I'm kind of worried because the soonest appointment they had was like 2 or 3 months away from when I called them. So like they canceled the appointment. Now I'm probably not gonna have another appointment until, let's see, it's May, so June, July, August, maybe September, I don't know. So I'm a little like nervous and upset, and I don't know. I don't feel so uppity today, but I will see you next week. Goodbye.